Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is the Real Rant Reviewer. Yes, back with another real creepy stories. It's a real Rantz read, volume 1. So this is true, 3 true, creepy, real stories. So this is from Danielle, Rachel Rantz's friend. The next story is from Rachel Rantz herself. The third story is from yours truly, the Real Rant Reviewer. Let's start with the first story. The Icy Man. Myself and a good friend named Gigi were staying overnight at Gigi's father's home in fall of 2006. It was late into the night, and we were finishing up a competitive game of Monopoly. We were playing in what I call the jacuzzi room. It was a family room, and it happened to be the warmest room in the home. After moving my bankroll money piece around go for $200, something caught the corner of my eye, drawing my full attention to the back window. And there it was, standing, peering in, this whole time. A dark shadow standing outside the back window. I yelled from my deepest bowels the most shattering and cold scream I ever can remember hearing. After all, it was my very own. Gigi was shocked by this sudden outburst of terror and sharply turned her whole focus to the back window, but the shadow shape was gone. We quickly gathered Gigi's parents, who were sleeping in an adjacent room. Gigi's father, armed with a baseball bat and flashlight, stalked outside the back window where the figure was. Last seen, but no one and nothing was found. When Gigi's parents went back inside, they explained to us both that it must have been the trees swaying from the strong breeze this night, or even the lighting of the moon playing tricks on the mind. Me and Gigi were not convinced of these explanations to what might have been outside the back window, watching. Gigi's parents fell off to sleep. This is when we made our move and went outside to the back window to search a little more. I regret searching. As we waved our tiny flashlights back and forth in the thick dark, I could make out one thing on the wall directly next to the back window. It was a single fresh handprint. We ran, always from this memory and experience of that frigid night in fall of 2006, and a leftover reminder of the handprint of the Icy Man. Damn. Okay, story number 2 from Rachel Rantz. It's called Grandfather's House. I was 11 years old and staying with my Aunt Vicky for a week. The house that my Aunt Vicky lived in was her grandfather's and was passed on to her when her grandfather died of self-inflicted wounds in the barn right next to this home. His cause of death was never fully disclosed, and there was rumors to be more to his death than spoken out loud. On one of those nights, I was sleeping over my Aunt Vicky's home and woke up to get ready for school, but saw the alarm clock had not gone off, and I was an hour late for class. I hurried to get ready for the day and rushed headlong down the flight of stairs to the front door, but was stopped dead in my tracks by my Aunt Vicky. She asked me where I was going, and I replied to school in a hurry since I was an hour late. She smiled and gripped my shoulders tightly with both of her hands and said no, I was not going to school today and would be having a girls' fun day out with her and a friend to get our hairs done and nails. I was excited but confused. Aunt Vicky then asked me a question. Rachel, do you remember anything from last night? Anything at all? Do you have any dreams? She was scared. I answered her truthfully. Yes, why, Aunt Vicky? Aunt Vicky started to tell me a strange story. She said she herself was startled awake during the night and caught me standing stone still in the hallway of her house, not moving, in a trance. I then turned, staring at her in the eyes. Aunt Vicky then rolled up my sleeves, and I saw all the bruises, many bruises, blanketed both of my arms. Aunt Vicky then took me out of the house, and I returned some hours later, and nothing was ever spoken of or said about this event again. Later on down the line, I learned Aunt Vicky employed some friends to come and bless the house before my returning, thinking it might be the spirit of her grandfather who mistook me for someone else he hated in life. However, I never returned after this incident to my Aunt Vicky's home, and I am secretly glad I never had to. Whoa. Man. Alright, the last creepy real story is from yours truly, the Real Rant Reviewer. It's called The Cat's Cry. I was living in the Sunshine State during the summer months of July in 2009. All around my house there was plenty of stray cats that roamed the streets searching for shelter and food. I was that person in the neighborhood that would always feed and give all the cats water in the scolding summer months all year round. Some people in the area did not like it. One day there was this beautiful snow-white, blue-eyed cat that came around to get a piece of the pie. This cat was also friendly, and we enjoyed its company. My father would always be doing some kind of work around the house, and also outside in his shed and work trailer, but that never bothered the cats. After a few months, the cat would always come back. One morning, it never returned. The cat disappeared. I was perplexed on where the cat was, and what could have happened to it. I had other cats to take care of, that is true, but this one, for some nagging reason, bothered me. A whole week went by, and no sign of the cat. Then one night, I was up late, and I heard a cat's meow, more like a cat's cry. I heard it. I know I did. I waited and stood absolutely still. The cry, once again faint, but I heard the sound of it. I rushed to get a family member so they too could hear the cat's cry, but the sounds ended. The cat's cry stopped. This went on at night for another whole week, and only I could hear the cat's cry. The sound of the cat crying tortured my ridden soul and made me think I was going insane. So did everyone else around me. For a total of 2 weeks I heard the cat's cry, only at night, and for 3 whole weeks the cat had been gone and never seen. That is until one night I had enough of hearing the cat's cry. I jumped up and went outside where I thought the cry was coming from. Nothing, just dark tree lines and woods. Blank. Silence. The cry started again. My head shot towards the work trailer. My father's work trailer. It was coming from his trailer this whole 2 weeks, or longer. I rushed to my father and told him to open the trailer door since he had the only key. He resisted my efforts and told me to go back to sleep, and it was too late for this shit. I insisted heavily in my own way, and he finally did what was told. My father opened the work trailer doors, and we waited for the cry or any sounds at all. There in the corner, behind a box, was eyes. A cat's eyes. It was the cat that vanished 3 weeks ago, and it was alive. We took the cat out of the trailer while my father was in utter shock and disbelief. He profusely apologized for his actions and for also accusing me of being a nut job these whole 2 weeks. The cat survived its ordeal and walked away without a scratch, and another 8 lives to spare. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed those real, creepy, true stories from people of the channel. Yours truly, the reviewer, Rachel Rantz, and a friend of Rachel Rantz. Danielle. Thank you guys for the stories. Thank you guys for listening. The Real Rant Reviewer really appreciates the love and support. I hope you enjoyed this short but true creepy video.